Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here on Monday, the 21st. Doug Upstone, Chip Chirimbes, as always, on Money Monday, joining me here for some Major League Baseball talk. Free picks coming at you. You're here. 3 free picks. Why not hit the thumbs up button here on the YouTube channel? Notification bell on so you know each and every day we come in with the free picks, whether it's MLB, NBA, college football, NFL, whatever. Live, listen, Football Friday, a couple weeks away. Hall of Fame game, week and a half away. College football, 33 days away. A lot of things on the agenda here. And of course, if you want our best bets, top plays, premium action, the free picks are great. But head on over to gamblersworld.net for all of our big money plays. We have a leaderboard there. You see how we do in each and every sport. Daily, weekly, monthly, season, the records are there. We come in, we tell you when we're doing good, we say we're doing bad. A lot of places could say they're always good because they're not documented. There's no records of them. Well, we got plenty of records here to let you know how we're doing with our premium plays at gamblersworld.net. I mentioned NFL, early bird NFL. You can't beat it. It's less than $25 a week if you want to get on a season. I know, again, it's July. That's fine. But the under $25 a week, that's not for July. That's when we start up in September, all the way through the Super Bowl. Great deal. We always talk about saving money. Long-term deal is the best. I'm bringing up NFL because it's going to be here in a second. If $25, you're buying Starbucks. You're going to Starbucks with your buddy. You're spending that on two ridiculous, whatever the hell they sell there. I don't go to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. It's terrible for you. Listen, NFL, it's crazy. I get it. You may not think NFL right now. How about Major League Baseball? MLB passes up for the rest of the season through the World Series. Long-term, 3 730 packages, guaranteed. Show your profit, we credit you back. Rest of the baseball season, you're talking dollars a day. NFL, dollars a day. I'm just saying, folks, you want to get down on the premium stuff, gamblersworld.net. Now, you want the freebies, we got you covered. 47 and 42, I went back, saw how Doug did when I was in Vegas with the family. 47 and 42, we are up $100. Now, you're like, oh, that's terrible. Folks, sometimes I give these games out, and we got one today where it's a $2 favorite. I'm thinking you got a first place, second place team playing, it'd be a little closer lines. The gentleman on either side of me, we only get what we could choose from here. So we are plus money with the free picks. I told you we'd get there. We are here, and these are the freebies. Again, you head to the pay-to-play site side of things, Gamble World, a lot better than 47 and 42. That being said, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start off here with our guy, Chip Chirimbes. Chipper.
Yes.
You got the Houston Astros. They're in off a 1-2 back from the All-Star break versus division rival. They push Framber back. Gallen on the hill for Arizona, who's has not been good in his contract here. Still a 145 favorite here. Total sitting at 9. Arizona's in the spot. They were, 5 back coming in to the All-Star break or after the All-Star break for the wild card. They sweep St. Louis, who was ahead of them. Their GM says we're not trading. You got to keep getting some wins under your belt to get into that wild card hunt. Do you like them here today with the big number, or are you going to look at something different?
Well, there's a few things when looking at this game. We got Cotton Gordon. Cotton comes to Phoenix, I guess. 3-2. He had a great June. He went 3-0. The Astros have lost 7 of the last 9 through the All-Star break, and this is a team now that has a chance to run away with the division every year. It just seems like where'd they come from, or how are they doing it again? But I guess for the most part, it's pitching with them. But your man Cotton, who went 3-0 in June. In July, he's given up 9 runs in 10 innings, tagged with 2 losses. Now, you said Arizona's got to start winning. You're exactly right, Sean. They're 50 and 50 on the year, and at home, 1 game over 500. And one of the more disappointing reasons is Zach Gallen. You said he was in his contract years to walk. He's 29 years old. Doug, isn't that the prime of an athlete's life, particularly in baseball, 28, 29, and 30? It seems to be. And he went from being 14 and 6, 17 and 9, 12 and 4, This year he's 7-10 with a 5.4 ERA, and the problem's been the long ball. He's given up 21 home runs so far here, and I think with Gordon struggling and Gallen not returning to form as of yet, these two teams, I think they can go over the total at 9. I think 9 is a pretty strong number playing in Phoenix. I've been there. It's a big park, and Houston. I just think it's a large number. I play it over. I don't know what Arizona is going to do the rest of the year. We've kind of been disappointing so far this season. 50-50, they still have a shot. They can get there.
Listen, they went out, they signed Burns. They had a lot of high hopes. He gets hurt,
Yeah.
Gallon bad year. The offense, though, again, Chip Trimmer's official play on the over 9. I'm with you on that over. Their offense has been good. Suarez, again, possible 50 home run guy, possible trade bait, only behind Raleigh and Judge with homers. He's having a good season. Corbin Carroll, good. Kettle Marte, good. Josh Naylor's having a nice year. A couple other guys in, but Perdomo's been solid for him. This is a team that could score runs. I'm with you on the over 9. Chip Trim is
Where
official
did
free
Suarez
pick.
come from anyway? I mean, really.
Suarez was on the Reds, I think, before.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Now
Yeah.
it'll ring a bell. Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause I couldn't associate him in that uniform. I'm trying to think of where.
Yeah. He'd be looking pretty good in the Reds uniform now. The Reds could definitely use a little more steady
That
bat
team's an
production.
enigma. That team's like, who killed JFK? Jeez.
That's another talk. You bring in Francona, supposed to be the veteran to kind of get him over the top. They're still going to be a 500 kind of team, looks like.
Yeah.
Again, official play, Chip Trimmis, over 9 runs. Chip's got you covered here with best bets up in power play today in Major League Baseball now. And tomorrow, hello, Mr. WNBA, 34-12, 74%. He's locked into the WNBA rate for tomorrow. Great WNBA season. Mr. Hoops.
I've already posted tomorrow's game.
Yeah, it's already up. I just said he got it up there. Power play winner, WNBA. Posted it right now at gamblersworld.net. Doug, what do you think about these squads? You got your little ear to the ground. You're in the area. You kind of get the Arizona talk shows there, sports talk. What do you think about this game and their overall direction?
I will. First of all, I'll just say it won't be my pick for the game, but I will agree with the over with both of you. Okay, on that one. So I think though Arizona, I think sweeping St. Louis is a bigger deal than it seems. Okay, yes. 62 games to go, because they're basically in a very familiar spot. They were basically in the same spot 2 years ago. Okay, kind of teetering around 500. Okay, and all of a sudden they got hot and made it all the way to the World Series. So I think from a confidence standpoint, I think that's a positive for them. Houston comes in 2-7 in their last 9. Got a bunch of guys on the IL, so that's that has contributed to their not playing as well. And their lead is down to 4 games against Seattle. They got one yesterday, so I think that helps them. This one, though, you got Gallen, his velocity's down. I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so that's problem number 1. And then is also his command is not as sharp. So that's a problem. And Arizona's bullpen is number 26, okay, and giving up runs. Colton Gordon, been okay. I mean, called up, rookie, different things, what to expect. But I'm going to go run line on here, but I'm going to go run line with Houston. And the reason for that, I think that they can keep the game close. I think Gallen can make some mistakes. I think the Arizona bullpen was going to give up some runs. And the Astros are 8-0 in road games on the run line, facing a National League team with a slugging percentage of .440 or better. So I'll take Houston plus 1.5 for my play in this contest.
Plus 1.5 for Doug here in this matchup. Again, you're going to be late a little bit. You're minus 165, 170. Again, he agreed with the over because he's thinking Houston's going to get to Gallen. And Gallen's number says he's going to be get to a little bit. Why not a close battle there from Doug? But again, the official pick, record keeping, 47-42. We're plus $100 here for the season. Now we're in the plus zone. We can listen. It takes we got a bunch of different characters. Different people are gonna say it's only $100. You're up, folks. We're up money.
John, weren't we down 10, 11 games at one time in baseball?
Yes, we were. I'll flip back just a couple. 23-35 at one point, down 15-80. Okay. So that's a couple pages ago. But I mean, 23 and 35. That means we're if we're 47 and 42. I'm no mathematician. That looks like a 25 and 7 run. By the way,
24.
My goodness, we should hire ourselves.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Again,
So we're getting it done
free
now.
picks on the move. Free picks on the move. Over 9 from Chip Chirimbes, Houston, Arizona. Again, he's got MLB up for today. And again, you want the MLB great, but the guy's been crushing WNBA for tomorrow. So get ready for tomorrow before the line. Let's be honest, the line's probably going to move, folks. He's been that hot. Now, game number 2 here. And this is a game, I just said, we have a basically second, third place team here in the Red Sox against Philadelphia. Now, Zach Wheeler looks like Cy Young form. He's been great the last few years, and he's doing the same thing again. 9-3, great year. Big number, though, 220 against Buehler, which makes sense. Buehler has not been good. He's been giving up runs, and I said it here, and I've said it again. Excuse me. I think the guy should have went to the bullpen after the playoffs last year, reinvent himself as John Smoltz 2.0. They're still rolling him out here, Boston. That is why I think the line is so high. That being said, 220 with Wheeler, this is a team. Is he going to go 8 innings? Like, that's what I think you're betting on here if you like that, right? Wheeler going extended innings because this Philly bullpen and this team as a whole, you lost 2 out of 3 to the Angels. You gave up 8 runs, 5 runs in a win, and 6 runs. You got some issues. Boston could hit. This team got hot, back from the dead. They're right in the thick of things behind the Yanks and Toronto here. A big spread. The total's 8. Or Doug, you attack it from a different angle.
Yes, I will. Talking about Walker Buehler. I actually thought after watching him pitch in the World Series that he found it. Okay, I thought coming off Tommy John, and his velocity was not the same, but he'd been working on some curveballs and some different sliders, and I thought he was kind of getting it, and he showed nothing that being the case. Okay, and he's given up. Actually, Walker turns out to be a pretty good name right now because he's given up 35 walks in 78 innings. Okay, so that's not good, and 17 times he's been taken yard. And this one, Wheeler comes in. He has thrown 100 or more pitches in 4 straight starts. His inning prop in this one is 18.5. He has failed to reach that 7 of his last 10 starts. Now, he did have a complete game recently. He had an 8-inning game, and he had a 7-inning game among his last 10 starts. But primarily, he's been going 6 innings. So I'm looking at this and see if the Phillies, as expected, jump off to a lead, get to Walker Buehler, who ends up making a bunch of mistakes, and they score some runs. I think Philly can build a decent lead here, and there's no point in having Walker Buehler pitch 8 innings just because he needs 100 pitches, okay, to satisfy somebody's thirst on this one. So I'm going to recommend to go under 18.5 innings. I think he'll go 6, okay? That'll be for Walker Buehler. What's that? Did I say innings again?
It's outs and it's Wheeler. You're saying Walker Buehler. Wheeler under outs.
Here we go. Okay, let's start over again. Here, Jack Wheeler under 18.5 outs. He's going to go 6 innings. Okay, is what he's going to do. And I'll even add a little extra bonus for you. Okay, I got a parlay for you. This isn't official. This is just something that I bet. I'm going to take that. I'm going to match it with the for Wheeler to get a win. So yes, for a win. So if you take those two, okay, you parlay them, a $50 bet pays 116 and change is what that ends up being, if I'm correct. So there you have it. But officially, innings, okay, under 18.5. Zach Wheeler, okay? We can frame that. I should get a card and put it up.
So 18.5 innings.
Hey, I'll bet under 18 innings.
Sure. That's what I said before the show.
Yes. So now it was in our heads. So people are going to tune in. Like 18.5 innings, folks, we're joking. It's 18.5 outs.
Yes.
Okay. 18.5 innings, we tell you to sell your children because there's no way we could probably lock in a mortal mega whale play on under 9 innings for most pitchers, 7 days a week. So sometimes we misspeak. We're talking. It comes out different, especially when we're off air talking about things and joking. Then it's soaked in your head and you're going to say it.
It's like having a ranch with Peloponnese.
What?
That's two for you, Chip. You've brought up two things that I have
That's
no
70
idea what
years
they
ago. That's Jackie Gleason 70 years ago from
were.
polo
Okay,
ponies to Peloponnese.
what? Okay, yeah.
We got to put
Cross
the
that
pause
out.
and restart on that where he's bringing up stuff like that. Oh my goodness! Official play here. Official. We got to give Chip like the little box of the camera. Under 18 and a half outs. Under 18 and a half outs. Zach Wheeler, Doug's official free pick. Again, not 24-7 run here with our free picks. We are in the plus zone. Doug's best bet today. The Monday Mauler, go get it. 33-15 run. You saw he was on an 8-1 run the last few days. 65% the last month. Doug turned it on in Major League Baseball. Gamblers World on that. Go get his best bets. Again, these are the free plays. Over 9, Houston, Arizona. Zach Wheeler under 18 and a half outs versus
Easy for me
the
to
Red Sox.
say.
Yes. Your final free pick of the night. Here we go. And normally I throw these to Chip. The Yankees and the Jays. So
I wanted to make a comment on Wheeler before, if I can.
you know what? I didn't even thought you. I apologize for that, Chip, because you came in with Jackie Gleason quotes, so I had to go right past you.
I can't help but calling this guy Ferris Bueller all the time. But what a sin, his career. I mean, it was just absolutely fabulous. And the problem here with him right now, that from what I'm, he's talking about, he's used the word retiring because he's so frustrated. And, giving up all those walks, you can't win that way. But Wheeler at 35, 36 right now, he's 50 and 23 the last 3 years. His ERA has been outrageous. This is his finest year, and I'm afraid. Well, let's put it this way: I think he should get the nod over Skeens for the Cy Young. I really do. And Skeens has pitched really well.
Absolutely.
But I'm kind of happy Skeens isn't coming up with all these victories, because I think the public sentiment is on his side. Whereas this Wheeler's given up 79 hits in 122 innings with 156 Ks. It's just his numbers are outstanding. And I think they win by. I'd lay the run line with Philly. I don't want to lay any price 2-1. I have a natural tendency to want to play against Boston no matter what. And and you got Bueller out there, so you probably could go over here, but Wheeler's liable to just shut him down completely. So I would lay the 1.5, whatever the price might be, closer to probably laying $1.10 or 20, something like that. So
and Chip just brought up something that I wanted to say. So, Sean, I hate to interrupt you before this, but I thought this is of note. Okay, the Pittsburgh Pirates just got swept by the White Sox. Okay, at home. So that's not the story. The story is the Pirates, in the history of their team, after Saturday's loss, went below 500 as a franchise.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the last time they were below 500, this is right in Chip's wheelhouse, by the way, 1903. The last time the Pirates were below 500 for their history. I thought that was noteworthy. And
Doug, thanks for that. Really, I like that. That was great.
So yeah, couldn't pass that up.
Two things you brought up, Bueller. The fact that he's talking about retirement, red flag, bro. That is just bad. He's going out there.
That's what I'm saying.
He's out there overthinking. And here's a guy who's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, I think, especially in today's graphics of war and nonsense, where he was on a team where he could chalk up 17 wins a year, get wins, strikeouts. That is out the window. Paul Skeens at 4-8. I got to go back to that one year. I think Felix Hernandez won. I think he was 12-10. And again, we're old school guys. We like 17, 18, 20 wins and a sub-3 ERA and 200 strikeouts plus is what a pitcher should give you and should be the Cy Young guy. Now it comes down to WAR. Look at the WAR numbers on it. What is that crap?
DeGrom was barely 500 when he won it. I think but nobody could put the ball.
You can't be.
Him, but the Mets couldn't score.
Forget being 500. He's not going to win 10 games. How are you putting a team that's 25 games out of first place and 20 out of the wild card? Cy Young, you're the best pitcher. This is the argument of you take him off the MVP off the last place team. They're still a last place team, right? I mean, he's a great. The numbers are nice.
Do you think he'll win a Cy Young down the line, at least one?
Oh yeah,
sure. For the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Red Sox or whoever he's pitching.
So I'm sentimentally, I'm rooting for the Phillies.
And one last thing, Jensen, and I think you kind of agree with this. You talked about Wheeler excelling as he's getting older. listen, we've seen Michael. Look at Michael Walker's number. Some of these older pitchers, they're having better later careers
Yeah.
numbers than they were at 29 to 31. And I think it's just based on, right, this is how these kids come up and hit now. We could strike out. We don't care. They're just swinging for fences. So you get
Well,
a crafty
they've got a
pitcher in
little
there.
savvy too. I mean,
You get exactly.
experience.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get an experienced guy come in here, and you're like, well, look at this. I'm a lot better than what I appear to be. Like, it's not baseball from 5 years ago. I think it's the same for NFL. Joe Flacco comes off a bench. He reads these defenses. He looks great. These rookies come in, and they're deer in headlights. There's something about being a veteran and going against younger guys still learning the game. I think we see that now. I think it's I think it's pretty obvious. Some of these older pitchers, Lugo. I mean, who saw Lugo coming in and being as good as he's been? Yeah. I'm not saying he's a Cy Young guy, but really, come on.
But he always has some pretty decent stuff. He's another guy that was pitching from a hole all the time, playing with those teams that don't score runs.
He was on the Mets. Come on, the Mets were in a bad. Okay, they had trouble scoring. It's not like they're a bad team.
No, and they used him in the bullpen all the time, and some guys mentally they might be better off being out there once every 5 days or once every 4 days.
Right.
Go ahead, Doug. What were you gonna say?
No. That I'm in agreement. The only thing, I guess, one point to make is that the one thing that you see about older pitchers more than anything is they throw strikes. Okay.
Yes.
And so I heard a term over the weekend: stuffing the strike zone. Okay. And that's what good pitchers do. They put the pressure on the batter as opposed to trying to nibble all the time.
Yep. And these young guys are just swinging. So it works out well for the guy who could have a little movement on pitches. All right, we had a little off the beaten path there with the old guys, but I thought it was meant because people are going to run to Skeens and Wheeler is clearly the difference maker. Come on, first place.
Well, and if they win,
a lot more pressure on games.
If Philly makes it to the World Series, I think he has a better shot. But I don't
World
know.
Series, you're in first place. You're in first place. Every time you touch the mound, the team is relying on you to be their ace and to come in and to solidify their playoff run.
Yeah.
What are you playing in Pittsburgh for? Pittsburgh, they don't even want to pay people there. Like, what kind of pressure is on him?
At least they're washing their uniforms. I noticed that.
Yankees and the Blue Jays. This is usually a Chipper special. Chip usually gets the Yanks. I usually throw him the Yankee games because we're Yankee guys. But we'll rant on these guys in a second. Doug will get his 2 minutes, and it'll be me and Chip raking the Yanks and Cashman doing nothing at the. Zach Gallen's available. That's okay. We're going to go get Kyle Gibson. He's he's DFA. Let's bring in Kyle Gibson and somebody else,
Gibson?
Kyle Hendricks.
Don't tell me.
No, I'm just making a joke that's who they'll go after.
Well, they got Rondon, and for the first time in like eons, the guy's pitching like a major leaguer, and 10-6. But he's falling off too. At the beginning of didn't he start like 6-0 and nobody could touch him? And
here's the thing, though. Here, so
he gave up 31 homers last year.
You can take Doug out a 2-on-2 here with the Yanks.
Go ahead. I like to listen.
Rodon is a 120 favorite here. I get it. The Yanks hit him a couple games ago, whenever they played last month, and he's so this year. He's definitely on the tail end of a nice career. How are you a favorite over a team that is 16-4, their last 20? They didn't miss a beat coming. You can say, all right, they were hot going into the break. They came out, swept the Giants, Giants can't really hit all that much, but the bullpen's still there. You hit against their very good bullpen. You beat the Yanks 6 out of 10 already. Your last 10 times you played, you beat them 5 out of 7 this year alone, and the Yanks are still coming in here favored. I do not get it. I do. Here we go. Official play here, and then we're going to roll on out. Get the guys' take here. I'm going to go over the 8.5 runs. So give me the over 8 because I think both guys are going to give up runs here. And I got a little bonus, and it's in the little underneath. They'll start calling in a second. Judge 2 ribbies. Judge 2 ribbies is plus 360. 1 ribby is 130. I think a home run's plus 185. If he hits a homer, somebody's on base. 360. Again, I don't put these kind of player props in the overall records because I kind of think it skews a little bit. We just do our regular basic 1, 2, 3s, a minus 115 on a player prop, win total. That's just a little bonus that I've done for myself here today. Over 8.5, official free pick from me. I'm going to go to I'm going to go to Doug first here, Chip, because I know you have a lot to say with the Yankees. So
Quite
let's
all
get
right, my
Doug.
friend.
Okay, and
I'm
I'll
glad
just
you let me hang on anyway.
the I'll back it up with numbers, Sean. I'm with you here. Rodon 6-2 over against the Blue Jays. The last 9 times Gossman's pitched against the Yankees, 7-2 over. Gossman at home, 13-1 over when the total is 8 or 8.5. And if his team is off a win and playing at home, Gossman is 12-1 over. Over
There you
Toronto
go.
and the Yankees, no problem.
There you go. In the bag by the 4th inning. Chip.
You're talking to me?
Yes.
Toronto's won their last 4 meetings, right? With the Yankees, they seem to. Yankees won opening game at home and have lost everything since. Uh, Gausman 6-7, but he's got some numbers that are kind of gaudy. It's 10-10 lifetime against the Yankees, and Rondon is 2-2 lifetime. Uh, the Yankees been so streaky with these totals. Sean, you're playing this game over the total.
Yep.
So you think Rondon, who started so hot and had such a great ERA early on, has been giving up a lot of runs and walks, and 15 homers this year off of 31 last year. I can see it happening because Toronto believes in themselves right now. Obviously, I mean the Yankees let them back in this, and the Yankees their holes are starting to show up. LeMahieu's gone. They don't have a third baseman at all. They don't know how to run the bases or play fundamentally sound baseball, and sometimes they don't hustle. So I'll play it over with you guys.
Over 8.5. All three agree on this one here. We think there'll be runs in Toronto. And again, as much as you could say the Yanks let them back in, Toronto had to go 16-4 to get back in. They had to have their own little spots, and we see teams. We see Detroit. We see the Dodgers going through a slump right now the last 2
Yeah.
weeks. So teams do kind of slump a little bit. They get hot. They reel off 7, lose 5.
Long season.
It is a long season. That is why we love our MLB. Again, free picks. Over 9 Houston and Arizona. Over 8.5 Yanks and Toronto. Under 18.5 outs Zach Wheeler versus the Boston Red Sox. Those are our 3 free picks. Doug's got his Monday Mauler. I got a 3-pack up. Chip's got MLB today and WNBA for tomorrow at gamblersworld.net for our best bets. But before we roll out, today in sports, dun, 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 we need a little music. We need a breaking news thing to come in. We need a little 5-second,
All right,
some kind of music.
there a few things in July. I don't do Wimbledon, so you guys I'll spare you all of that stuff. In 1921, Major League Baseball, Indians and Yankees had 16 doubles in one game. Indians had 9, Yankees had 7. That set the record for 2 teams in one game. 1945, Detroit Tigers and Philadelphia A's played the longest tie game, 1-1 in 24 innings before it was called. And 1959, the Boston Red Sox joined the modern world and introduced their first black player on this date, 1959, Pumpsie Green. He wasn't a bad outfielder at all. 1975, there was a kind of a unique thing that happened. Felix Millan, who played for Atlanta and for the Mets, I don't know if you remember him, he'd choke up so much, half the bat would be underneath his hands. And one game for the Mets, he hit 4 straight singles, and Joe Torre was batting next and hitting into 4 straight double plays. So that was kind of a unique experience in baseball. And Torre, by the way, he hit 355 one year, and he didn't have any infield hits.
Right.
He was playing third base at that time. But the most unique thing is on this date in 1972, Hoyt Wilhelm retired. Now you may not think that, and what's the big deal? Hoyt Wilhelm, when he retired, had appeared in more games as a pitcher than anyone else. He was a knuckleballer that came up in 1951 as a rookie with Willie Mays when the Giants came back from 13 and a half games back in August and beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. The shot heard around the world by Russ Hodges. The Giants win the pennant, and Bobby Thompson's running the bases. But anyway, Hoyt Wilhelm was a rookie that year. He went 15-3. In his rookie year, it was 21 years in the major. But here's the unique thing about him, and this is why I brought this up in the first place. His first at bat in the majors, the first pitch he saw, he hit for a home run off of Al Worthington. He now had 600 at bats in his entire career and never hit another home run. And he retired as the most active pitcher in the history of baseball. Hoyt Wilhelm, great knuckleballer. And you know what? The thing about the knuckleballers are not only is the pitch inconsistent where they don't know where it's going to go, their seasons are so inconsistent. I mean, Wilbur Wood and Negro, these guys will win 19, then they'll win 7. But Hoyt Wilhelm was, I'd say, one of the first or one of the modern day great knuckleballers of all time. On this date, 72, his last appearance in Major League Baseball.
And
1972, Floyd Wilhelm.
But Bob Uecker also had the best comment I ever heard for how to catch a knuckleballer. He says, I had it down. He goes, every time they threw it, I went back and picked it up.
Yeah, went back to the screen and got it. He was a pretty talented guy. He's very funny, Uecker.
He was the
Charlie Huff. I remember Charlie Huff, Tim Wakefield, and obviously R.A. Dickey were the
well, the guy for one of the Padres guys is a knuckleballer. Can't think of his name.
But
they kept that Marabelli in the majors for 21 years because they had Wakefield and no one could catch him when he was with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And
Tim Wakefield.
He just stuck around, and Tim McCarver stuck around just to catch lefty Steve Carlton.
Nice. Teach your kid to be lefty knuckleballers. They'll pitch till they're 55, and you'll be a millionaire 100 times over.
Yeah.
Lefty knuckleballers. Where are they? All right.
Usually out of the strike zone is what they are.
Final recap here. Over Yanks 8.5. Over Houston 9 runs there versus Arizona. Under Wheeler 18.5 outs. Those are your 3 free picks. Premiums at gamblersworld.net for MLB today from the 3 of us. I got a 3-pack. Monday Mauler. Chips Power Play. Go get them. We'll be back tomorrow. Gentlemen, happy Monday. Take it easy. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Bye-bye.